can do something like that, and then your risk will go from like maybe $100 to 200, or maybe 100 to 150, depending on the risk. And then you can save your trade, right? So that's another technique when it comes to like, passing challenges and executing good trades. Like a lot of you are thinking that, you're putting yourself in a situation where like, I'm risking 1% on the trade, but then you go in with the full 1%. That's not always the best idea, because, then you could lose that 1% really fast. Start trying to put yourself in a situation to where you're risking $100 on a 100K account, but you're going for like a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. That gives you some time to let, choppiness play out whenever you can't predict when the market is just going to start being choppy. Right? Like it was doing all of this, it was moving fast, had everybody excited. Now it's not really doing nothing, right? And if you took in a buy down here, you're in down draw, right? So I just wanted to have this hypothetical trade on my chart right now so I can see, if it works, if it don't work. So it's now 4 a.m. and this is the London session, you guys. This is what I had to give up. I had to give this up right here because it's just not worth it for me. I used to be the trader that got caught on a 1-minute time frame a lot, and then I also got caught on a 1-minute time frame during times, right, trading sessions where I knew I should have never been trading in the first place. This is also why you have to, always have a good stop loss, right? Because even on this smaller range that I just measured out right here, from swing high to swing low, right? This is a range right here. You see the top of this range is where this fair value gap is at. All right, I'm just trying to give y'all a lesson. All right, now, this is why you have to learn how to use ranges correctly, right? And use your Fibonacci tool correctly, right? Because now, look at this trade idea. If you would have just waited until it got inside of the premium zone, right? Because if you're looking to sell, you're looking to sell at a premium. Okay, so if you would have had your entry up there, right, it's still almost a 3-to-1 risk to reward. You could have got in right there. You would have been floating in some profits, right? So I guess in these markets, maybe you could still trade them, but you can't use the same techniques as, you're probably going to use in the New York session, because now look, it's giving you the drop off, right? So that's why, I was saying risking, if you have a trade idea, make sure you're risking the right amount, right? Make sure you're using the proper stop loss, because, I was honest with you guys. I told you I would have had my stop down there, and I would have been stopped out, and I would have got faked out. But if you use the proper stop that ICT tell you to use, right, make sure that you're aware of your swing lows and swing highs, right, so you can always have a range. Now the market is targeting this liquidity right here, and now we could possibly go back into this range that we was talking about on a 5-minute time frame. So, let's see. We don't know just yet. But if you guys go back in the video, you will see that I told you guys, there's 2 trade ideas for the rest of this London session, right? We was taking a hypothetical trade. So I said, hey, this is something that, I would possibly do if I was like trading inside of this market. So I hope you guys learn something right there, because this is almost a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio on the trade idea. And it looked like they're going to give us at least this liquidity that we're pointing to right here. We just swiped that. Now, if I'm trailing my stop loss, right? If I'm trailing my stop loss on this trade, I will have to move like my stop right here. Right, I'm gonna make this yellow so y'all can see that. So I will have to move my stop loss right there for now. And if I'm still trying to target the midpoint of this box, right? Price we just broke below. right? We just broke below here. I will have my stop loss pending like this, right? This candle right here is very important. Lock this on there. Make sure y'all can see that, right? So I would have moved my stop loss right here. It would have been pending right here. I would have waited for this candle to close. This candle needs to close really bearish for me, right? We're looking to get out right here at the midpoint of this order block that we was talking about on the 5-minute time frame. Let me go back, show you guys what we're looking at on the 5-minute time frame. All right, now we're on the 5-minute. This is the 5-minute order block. Point my arrow to this so you guys can see it. Let me try to widen this out so you guys can see that. All right, so on the 1-minute time frame, this closed like a bearish pin bar. All right, we still have a pending stop loss. You see this little gap right here?